What's up, guys? Today we'll be looking at some interesting and strange TikToks from right around the world. Check it out.
All right, it's official. We have a date. So, as we know, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna has been teasing a major announcement that she feels will impact the entire nation. In an interview, she was also asked if it was aliens, and she mentioned she thought it was bigger than that. At first, many people's minds went straight to full disclosures happening, and then it changed to, well, what's bigger than aliens? But as I mentioned before, I don't think it's specifically about aliens or interdimensional beings or full UAP disclosure, but my best guess, perhaps a newly formed disclosure division, a government office, is set to officially handle how UAP information is released to the public. Now, we have a date, Tuesday, February 11th at 3 p.m. So this is happening, but the real question is, what's on the menu? Are we about to get a nothing burger, a little bit of an info, but with a whole lot of mystery left out? Or are we getting a Whopper? Let me know what you think.
Check the space.
Our first investigation will be announced, but it's going to be covering on a thorough investigation into the John F. Kennedy assassination. And I can tell you, based on what I've been seeing so far, the initial hearing that was actually held here in Congress was actually faulty in the single bullet theory. I believe that there were two shooters, and we should be finding more information as we are able to gain access into the SCIF, hopefully before the files are actually released to the public.
This has been a long time overdue. But hey, we wanted the aliens.
Set gathered together 72 of his cohorts and betrayed Osiris and stabbed him and then cut him up into 13 pieces, scattered them across the planet. Okay, with then ISIS, with the help of a couple of others who are less important in my opinion, ISIS then came. She found the pieces, but she didn't find the phallus. Okay, so she put them together, but she couldn't find the phallus. She knew that she needed to continue and propagate that bloodline because it was critical to what is happening now. If that bloodline hadn't continued, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now. Okay, so she created, through magic, a golden phallus. Then she made love to Osiris that way, and then Horus was born. But the truth of that is, Horus is Osiris reborn. Horus is Osiris. They are not separate beings. They're one and the same thing. So then the battle continued between Horus and Set, and went on and on. Set then took Horus's eye, took his eye out. So and Set, you could say Setian. The Setian consciousness is the dark, probably satanic, vampiric, parasitic consciousness that's here, right? So Set took Horus's eye. And then when you see in the entertainment industry, when you see all the time doing this, you know the reason they're doing this? The reason they're doing this is they're saying, ha ha ha, we got his eye. We took his eye. So it's mocking Horus, it's mocking the good.
Tell me, where does he get his information from? It'd be nice to believe it, but where does he get his info from? I know they murdered him, if I'm correct, just rectify me here, but I think they murdered him for all the stuff he's been bringing out, and yeah, I have to do some more digging on that.
So now you're telling me that a council known as the Galactic Federation has been monitoring our planet since the beginning. They apparently were going to make themselves known in 2027, but due to everything that's been going on Earth, they've moved it up to 2025. They are on their third level of presenting themselves. First, starting with the orbs last year, which a lot of people have seen. The second phase, their motherships, their modes of transportation, have been all around the entire world, cloaked. Multiple places that I've seen the videos. Now, once again, this is allegedly, but the third phase is The guy who was sleeping in the egg. The egg that the video that just came out recently. He was resting there, so he's basically their go-to guy. So there is apparently a council of 26, and there are the council of 5, which will be making their human presence known very soon to help us basically get through every bit of craziness that's been happening in our world right now. Now, obviously, anything I say is for entertainment, education, learning, and conversation purposes only. But this is fascinating to me because there has been a lot of things in the news, a lot of things that add up, don't add up. So obviously, take what you will, leave what you won't. I'm not here to encourage you to believe one thing or the other. It resonates here and it feels truthful to me. So yeah, drop it in the comments. Have you heard this? Do you know more? Do you believe it? Do you not believe it? I think it's a fun thing to talk about on this gloomy Tuesday.
What do you guys think about that one? What do you guys believe?
You guys, the book of Revelations are playing out right now, y'all. We have rivers and lakes turning blood red all over the place. Check this out. First of all, this is in Peru, y'all. The people in Peru, this is in Lima, Peru. This is the Rimac River in Lima, Peru. People woke up to their river turning blood red. Look at this. Take a look at it from the aerial point of view, y'all. Check this out. This guy said it's literally like a scene out of a movie. Look how blood red this is, y'all.
Rojo. Parece, no sé, parece salido de una película, parece salido de una leyenda bíblica. La verdad es que no.
Y'all see that? Now check this out, y'all. It wasn't just the residents of Peru who woke up to their river turning red, but people in Argentina did as well. Check this out. Look at this. Check this out. Now here's the river that turned red in Argentina. This is in the Buenos Aires province. The people also said there is a powerful stench that followed this red toxic, I don't know what it is, y'all. They want to call it algae, but I think it's much more deeper than that. We're literally living the times of Revelations. This is the second trumpet, and this is why I say we're currently living in the times of Revelations, right? This is the 7 trumpets, right? And Donald Trump is the president, and there's been speculation that he's actually going to be the last president. But as you can see here, 1/3 of the sea turned into blood. 1/3 of the living creatures in the sea died. We've been seeing that as of late. Remember all the fishes that were dying? So you know the earthquake that just happened? Look at this. You know the earthquake that just happened in Greece? Look at this. Look at this.
Last year that caused flooding pushed the fish out to sea into the Pagasetic Gulf.
So they said the storm last year did this year. Look at that. 40 tons of fish. So many things happening around the world right now. All those earthquakes, and now the rivers turning red, and then the dead fishes that's coming up. Y'all have no idea, man. I told y'all the shift is here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get this shift. Peace in.
The end times are here, guys. You guys ready?
And I said, teachers don't stop until June. He said, no, you have to understand, this is February. And we have to prevent the weaponization of space because there is a lie being told to everyone that the weaponization of space is now first being based upon the evil empire, the Russians. There are many enemies, he said, against whom we're going to build this space-based weapon system. The first of whom was the Russians, which was existing at that time. Then there would be terrorists. Then there would be third world countries. Now we call them rogue nations or nations of concern. Then there would be asteroids. And then he would repeat to me over and over, and the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat. Well, at the time, I kind of laughed when he said asteroids, and when he said extraterrestrials, I knew I wasn't going to deal with that subject.
Right, I've got some incredible footage of some strange objects that were caught on a NASA live feed coming from the International Space Station, right? Ever since I saw the image appear online, I've been hunting for it. Look at the state of this object. Look at that, bruv. It literally looks like a bat signal from space, okay? I saw this image pop up a little while ago, and I've been hunting around for it ever since. I have enhanced the video a little bit, so you might see some little weird squiggles, but it's just trying to compile all the pixels together. But look at the size of this thing, bruv! Mate, whatever is flying, it looks like a dragon, bro. It could be Batman at this rate, right? I have no idea. I wouldn't even be surprised if Skyrim is real right now. With all the stuff we've been seeing recently, look at that. And I'll say again, so there's no There is no satisfactory answer from NASA or anyone else about what was filmed by the space station. So there's nothing really that has been put out to explain what this could be. So I'll leave it over to you guys to have a little think and a wonder about what this freaking object is. Look at it! It's mental! I don't know. It could be, is it an aurora? Maybe there's like an atmospheric phenomenon going on there and it's just presenting itself in a weird way, but I don't know, man. Those curves and just little wings and shit are pretty strange. Look at that. In comparison to the top, I mean, it is above the auroras as well, which is another strange sort of sign. But what an experience, mate. I'm literally gobsmacked, mate. You guys let me know what you think. It's very intriguing for sure, whatever this is, but holy moly.
I don't think we have that kind of massive drones. Must be aliens.
Yeah, this is recording. So I just saw the alien and I've recorded it on my TV with a tripod because I recorded on that camera and I can't get it.
And they tell you the truth, like always.
Grey alien to me. Souls.
Whoa.
Not her. Him.
Hey, what's up, dude? You're an alien? All famous people are aliens. I'm not. I meant like really famous people.
It's just so obvious, I'll show you more in a second. But really quick, let me ask you this. Why is every Super Bowl, every Olympics, and any other main event always consumed by aliens? And of course, it was showing me mantis aliens. Teen girl abducted by praying mantis aliens. Remember, like, Kendrick was surrounded by the people in white the entire time and they were the only ones left standing? Not everyone that looks human is human, and there's a great delusion coming, and they're straight up telling you. Remember Lil Wayne's I am not a human? And the worship of these fallen angels continues. Nah, I'm just being stupid.
What are the negative benefit or the negative effects of this?
This is an explosive area of conversation, and puts my life in danger. So I reserve the right not to answer the question.
Whoa, I didn't expect that. It puts your life in danger talking about portobello mushrooms? He's looking at me silently. I will respectfully move on.
Thank you.
So anybody who's interested, just Google that and get back to me.
Something very strange and very frightening has been happening to the sea lately. Take a closer look at this creepy fish filmed recently in shallow water. It's a so-called anglerfish. The problem is that this fish lives at a depth of about 3,000 meters, and never before in history has it swum so high to the surface. But who is it hiding from? And in this footage on a beach in California, surfers found a deep-sea doomsday fish that had beached itself. This fish is considered a harbinger of disasters, and the last time it managed to capture divers near the Japanese coast, and immediately after that, there was a powerful earthquake that caused a huge destructive tsunami, all escaping from. There is a theory that Antarctica is to blame, or rather, one interesting anomaly on its shores. Images that you see on your screens is from a resource that tracks the height of waves. As we see in the north of Antarctica appeared a strange anomaly the size of the continent. But what is this gigantic creature being recorded near Antarctica? Is Leviathan beginning its trek?
Russia is preparing to expand its power to seize foreign assets in response to Western sanctions. A new draft law, currently under review, would allow Moscow to confiscate the frozen funds of foreign companies and investors from countries it considers unfriendly. After Western nations froze around $300 billion in Russian financial assets, including government bonds and major currencies, following the Ukraine conflict, Russia is now taking steps to respond with its own legal measures.
there's been a lot of disasters happening these days, eh?
Have you seen this video?
The first month of every year is called January. And January is named after a pagan god, Janus, who had two faces, one in front and other at the back. That is what January does to us. We look forward to 12 more months as we look back at 12 months behind us. When we look back at the 12 months behind us, what is evoked in us? Hope. God has been with us all these months, and we believe that God will continue to be with us. When we look forward to the next 12 months awaiting us, we also have hope because we know that the Lord will not abandon the people who call upon His name. And where shall we look for hope? Our hope is in the Lord, and going to the Lord who will accompany us, the Virgin Mary, which is the Mother of Hope. On January 1st, this year, we wish Happy New Year. May it be full of hope, but always remember, without the Lord, we are a hopeless people. Without the Lord, we will have no direction. Without the Lord, we are nothing. Hope in the Lord, trust in the Lord, and all will be well. Happy, hopeful New Year.
Comment down below.
I just had to put that message in there for the last part. Nothing's
Tell me
possible
you've seen
without
this.
the Lord.
Pigs, shellfish, dogs, cats, and skunks, because those are all animals. Those animals are not meant to be eaten. They're meant to grab waste from the environment, store it, and then they die. They're not waste removal systems. They are garbage cans. So if you look at a pig or a dog or a cat or a skunk, and you might say, no one would ever eat a dog, cat, or skunk. They do in other countries. But particularly, we are infatuated with pork, and so are European countries, I've noticed, particularly Italy. A pig has a structure that is similar to a human, and that is a monogastric. It has one stomach. The animals God says to eat in Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14 that are land animals, I'm talking about cow, goat, sheep, buffalo. They have a 4-chamber stomach where they can chew the cud or the grass, digest it, and become powerful, well-muscled animals, whereas pigs will eat anything.
Simpson has already predicted it. In February 2025, the United States will enter its coldest winter in a century. The polar vortex collapsed, and piercing cold winds swept through major cities such as New York and Boston, causing temperatures to plummet to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. People are confined to their homes, but the energy system is paralyzed due to overload, heating stops, the power grid collapses, and darkness covers the entire city. Lisa wrapped herself tightly in her only blanket and watched as the streetlights outside the window went out and the distant high-rise building turned into a frozen giant shadow. Her phone was running low on battery, and news reports indicate that thousands of people have died due to extreme cold and lack of heating. The government said it would restore power, but no one knows when, she whispered. Food supply has also become a problem, and logistics have been paralyzed due to frozen roads. The government has finally announced emergency measures, using the military to transport fuel and supplies. But in the face of extreme cold waves, rescue efforts are far from enough. At the same time, Congress is forced to allocate hundreds of billions of dollars to accelerate the construction of renewable energy infrastructure, attempting to reduce dependence on fragile power grids. However, can all of this prevent the future winter from coming again? No one knows the answer.
She can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. I can sing notes and sing strong and do all these things that when I'm just by myself, I can't do. And I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me. And I knew that was going to be my coming out night for the BET Awards.
Follow for more.
These celebrities are all possessed by some kind of deity.
Don't you black people ever forget one thing. The man that helped Jesus carry that cross was a black man. And don't ever forget another thing. Jesus belongs to Africa as much as he does to Europe and Asia. He was born in that part of the world that touches Africa and Asia and Europe, and Jesus was not a white man like me, nor was he as black as some of you. We don't know what the color of his skin, but it must have been a dark color like the people of his day, because he was a man like them. Don't ever say it's a white man's religion or a black man's religion. It's a world religion. He belongs to the world.
God really saw me. Just sing Bible songs on him, so don't disconnect. It's not how he looks. I go to St. Preliminary Church. That's not how he looks in there. He has like a beard. He doesn't have long hair. He has short hair. His eyes were the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Mom, if you've seen them, if you would have saw them, you would have said they were beautiful, more beautiful than mine. And his lips, they're never chapped, he said. No. Even happens, like your lips are just perfect. His lips were perfect. His lips were perfect. And Mom, he said that you, the reason you went through so much when you were little, he said it's because that's why the way you are today. He said that's why you are so good at what you do today. He said that your kids are like you because of you. He said that they're going to grow up to be just like you. And he said that me, I'm going to make you very proud. Perfect.
Wow. What an experience.
A jinn is basically a form of demon that has been known to possess animals or humans. What's terrifying is that you could see that the water sounded and looked like it actually hit something before falling to the ground. So even though we couldn't see it, we could hear it, and you could see that the water physically hit it.
Ain't that some creepy? Sure.
Nope, this is not fake, as the Sahara Desert will soon be underwater, marking the deadly end for our planet, and 2025 is going to be catastrophic. People were terrified when NASA took haunting pictures showing the Sahara Desert flooding so much it formed literal lagoons and rivers almost overnight, with NASA warning everyone that this will have intense and dire effects for the entire planet, as not only will this alter entire weather patterns in that area for the worse for years to come, but places that normally wouldn't have disasters will start to have them, and things like a Category 5 hurricane could become the new normal, as well as new diseases will start to thrive. And it might even be very soon that we will actually start to see vegetation bloom in the Sahara Desert as well, a completely new planet with a new unlivable ecosystem compared to what we have now. Unfortunately, I don't know if this is an exaggeration, but I don't believe much of it is.
Il y a même un changement de schéma de précipitation. On n'aura plus cette pluie qui est assez organisée, mais des averses orageuses assez fortes sur certaines régions.
That's it, guys. Another one for the books. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting me on my channel. Love you guys. Peace out. Till the next one.